All right, guys, real quick. If you're a salon owner who's tired of grinding behind the chair with nothing to show for it but a sore back and an inconsistent bank account, you need to BYOB, build your own brand. This is our signature program helping salon owners all across the country launch their own private label hair extension line under your name with your profit margins and your rules.
It's not just about services. It's about creating an actual brand that can sell while you sleep. Our students are launching their own Shopify stores, wholesaling to local stylists, and finally stepping into the CEO seat without having to reinvent the wheel.
We're literally handing you the playbook. Branding, fulfillment, marketing, legal, all of it. If you've got the hustle, we've got the system.
Click the link in the description below to book a discovery call with our team. Let's build a business that works for you and not the other way around.
BYOB, because doing hair should be because you want to, not because you have to. It's like you just busted the whole door wide open on everything that they knew. When you can have multiple streams of income, that's when things really start to take off for you.
Welcome to Brand Talk with Rachel and Drew. I'm Drew.
I'm Rachel.
Hi.
Hi.
What you doing?
I'm holding a baby over here.
Yeah, he's chilling.
Yeah, he's out.
Old Memphis Dane.
Yeah.
McDougal. That's what I call him.
No.
I actually never call him that.
My maiden name is McDonald. Fun fact.
McDonald.
Yeah, I was called Ronald my entire childhood by mean kids at school.
Why? What's your name?
Just because my last name is McDonald.
I heard you were a bad kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wasn't a bad kid.
Our kids know you're a bad kid.
That's because my mom freaking trash talks
It
me sometimes.
Is 100% your
my mom doesn't
trash
talk me now, like who I am now, but also I would say, like, look at the environment I grew up in, Mom. Like, oh God. Okay, I'm so glad you're.
We're good. I made the smoothie too thick, so it didn't fall. It didn't come out.
Thank God. I wasn't a bad kid. I'd say I was kind of left to like fend for myself.
You are bad at keeping that microphone straight.
I don't care.
That is. It's be pointed backwards.
I'm gonna just talk to it like this. How about that? No, I wasn't a bad kid, but I was a strong-willed child, let's say. And I definitely think, like, growing up, I've learned to channel that in the right direction and, like, be headstrong and, like, not, like, stubborn, but, like, this is right, this is wrong, there's no gray area, you know what I mean? And do that.
So what would you call you piercing your sister's ear in her sleep? What would you call that?
Thanks, Darby. I would say that I was destined to be in the beauty industry is what I would say. I was practicing. I knew she's not going to sit still if she's awake. So, and she had been talking about how she thought my cartilage was so cool and she wanted one. And I was like, let's do it. So I went to Sally's, I got a kit and I did it while she was sleeping. And you know what? She still has it till this day. So
does she really?
She does.
Oh, well, that changes everything.
I also pierced her friend's belly button. Not while she was asleep. She was awake.
I would have never, ever do that. I'd be mortified to even I'd be mortified to do it. You could have paid me.
Keep in mind, like the piercing kit. It was a kit. It looks like a little like you, and you just, and then bam, you're pierced. It wasn't like I was there with like a needle,
like a fish hook.
No.
Oh.
No, but I was definitely a strong-willed kid. I'd say I for sure like couldn't have really been swayed any other way. So, and I didn't grow up with like, money or any advantage whatsoever. Like nothing. I mean, my brother and I, like I was the oldest kid for sure. The oldest of technically 5, but there was 3 of us in the house because I had my biological father who died when I was 19. Came into my life when I was really like 13 because he was in and out of prison my whole childhood. And, I would say when you bring a father figure back into a preteen / teenager's life, you're going to have a little bit of turmoil. I was, I would say I was honestly a really, really good kid leading up until that point. Like I was a really good kid. I made great grades. I was super plugged into church. I was in choir, I was a really good kid, but then when he came around, I just had a lot of emotions and stuff that I had to kind of work through. So, and my brother, Lance, was very much like, open arms, like, hey Dad, what's up? And I was just like, I have questions. Like, where have you been?
What have you been doing?
Like, why haven't you been here? So I would say that caused a lot of stuff for me. And then But I was always extremely capable, and I always like made good grades, and I always, whatever I was doing, I was all in, no matter what it was. So if it was partying, and if it was like, whatever.
We have that in common.
Yes.
Who was I talking to? Oh yeah, I was talking to my friend Ronnie yesterday. Got to roll with him. And
can you clarify for the audience what roll means,
roll
please?
Jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Grappling. Right. It's strange. So it's this, everything I'm going to say is done in a very positive, friendly manner, but you're trying to submit the person.
Beat up your friend.
Yeah, but not like I was rolling with his daughter, not that. I was defensive, and I would just kind of match her pace, and she's ferocious. Like, if I was not me, she'd have smoked. Like, she was smoking all these other guys in there, but I could feel her, how
Her
badly,
wrath.
yes, I could feel it,
I love that.
And I rolled with Ronnie, and then I was getting ready. I was fist bumping Alina, and I was like, because I knew she was a baby, And I was like, so cool. He's like, watch out. And I'm like, huh? And then she's just like coming, and she's, strong, and it was awesome,
Yeah.
So I got to, that was on my story, her and I rolling, and she's like, I can just hear her breathing, just hunting for like my submission, super cool.
Yeah.
So, and to have her dad there and like it was an awesome little moment. So that was cool. And then I was talking to him about that, and then what I'm starting on Monday, which is pretty cool. I want to talk about that. And then just got back from, on a less positive note, went out to Kerrville to help out with search and rescue operations out there. I don't know. I was like, I got to go. And it was like the next day. It's like 4.5 hours from us. So me and Rachel talked, and I was like, I don't know, but I need to go help.
I wanted to go too. Obviously we're extremely outnumbered here, so I was like, well,
Yeah.
I'll hang back and be with the kids, and then you go.
Yeah, loaded up the truck with all of the things I could think that would help, and I ended up using a machete and a stick, pretty much. Like, we loaded up the whole truck with like thermals and like I did use the drone. I did use that.
Yeah. The good thing is like, I'm glad that, like, obviously you went and like you were as helpful as you were allowed to be. They had a ton of, military, everybody there.
It was so much support. Quiet little town. Yeah.
It's extremely emotional, what happened there. Obviously, just given like obviously there's a ton of lives lost, but also the fact that like a good third of the lives lost were like little kids, and like, makes me emotional now. So, and what's insane is like our daughter, Kinsey, and I was just actually listening to our podcast episode that aired, this week. So by the time everybody listens to this will be, last week. But I was listening to it, and we were talking about how, like, we're going to go pick up Kinsey from church camp and this and that. Just had no idea that, like, literally
that had happened.
No, it hadn't happened. It was about to happen.
When she got home?
Yes. She got home.
That night?
Thursday night. And overnight, between Thursday and that Friday, is when the flood happened. And she was, like, literally 30 to 45 minutes from there. And they literally, she said they drove.
What town is she in?
I gotta look, but
there's a few of them in a small area.
She was at Camp Eagle, so she was about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on which way you go. And she even mentioned that like I think they traveled through there. Like it just really too close.
Yeah. Like
for anybody.
Yeah, it was 22 or 27 feet of water.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about.
No. The river flooded, and it created a 20 plus.
It was more than that.
Of water.
It was like 34 from what I read recently.
It's crazy. It's just insane.
Yeah.
And going out there and seeing, I couldn't do as much as I wanted to do. I did what I could. And I ended up just walking miles up and down the river with a machete and a stick, going through buildup of, because what happened, I was looking in Center Point. So Center Point is about 8 miles downriver of where these camps were. And that's where they're finding people. And so that's where a lot of the efforts were focused. but it's miles of just destruction. It's insane. It's crazy.
Well, and it sucks because like you were there looking for people, right? But like that, I wasn't there, but I would imagine that's like scary because it's like you don't want to find, like you want to find, like you were saying, you want to find, you want to help, you want to find somebody, but you're also afraid to find somebody.
Yeah, last thing you want to do is find that. You would want the dream was to find someone alive.
And well, yeah.
And which they did. They did find. The morning I was out there, that's when they found the 2 girls in the trees.
Yes.
So I'd heard that they had done that and told you before it hit the news.
Yes,
from a dude, an old man I ran into out there that morning in the I don't know what you call it, on the banks of the river.
Yeah.
And he told me it's like they found 2.
Yeah. No, I mean that's
so.
Yeah. That's such a heavy thing.
But then but the guys, I mean, there's a formal search and rescue operation going on out there. I wasn't a part of that. There's a lot of volunteers, a lot of help. There's guys in helicopters going up and down the river with thermal imaging.
They were
all day.
Actually, you were saying that they were turning donations away because they were so full.
Physical donations. Yes. They had to come up with a new system.
I was happy to hear that because I'm like, okay, like they have what they need. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
tons of people. I saw
like
people
supplies.
Online talking crap like, "Oh, FEMA's not there." There's so much help. It was crazy. It was a beautiful thing, but at the same time, very, very sad. Very sad.
One of our clients, Melissa, her and her husband Matt, they live in Austin. One of their good friends actually traveled out there to go help too, and she was saying the same thing. Like, they definitely, like, he even came back a little early because there was so much help, which was great.
I got there next day, so I was able to get on the ground, but there's more and more people coming, and I'd see people go look through a whole stretch that I just went through, which is fine, but
yeah,
it sucks. It's really super sucks. But
I don't know how I feel about them going away to camp now, but
that's I can't.
How could you imagine?
You couldn't even imagine. Like something like that. So, devastating. But I mean, so there's to go into like what I was mentioning before is, and I don't even know so much exactly why I'm drawn to this or what I'm going to do, but I am starting flight school on Monday to fly helicopters. So that's exciting and all the things. Like it's get a little nervous, but when Derek, my best friend, got his pilot's license, he's getting his hours, and he's like, yeah, the jitters are there for like your first 100 hours, and then you get comfortable, But starting that, don't even know what the first day is going to be like, so that will kick off on Monday, and I don't know how it all fits into our world, but I do know it fits in somehow. I have a heart for search and rescue, I guess. Like, I don't know, that's just something that really, really drawn to do. And it won't be in a formal, like, I'm too old to be in the Coast Guard. I actually looked it up. You're pretty much done at like 32. You can't, they don't want you. But it'll be more of in a private sense. Like all the guys that were taking their helicopters to help people out in North Carolina.
You got to make sure they know
pretty cool.
Real biological age, because we all know it's probably around 32.
Yeah, my biological age is not 39. It is, yeah. Someone said it looked 25 the other day. I was like, let's go.
All right, guys, I got to tell you about an incredible event that you don't want to miss. It's happening in Palm Springs, September 13th through the 15th. This is something that is going to be the event of the year for CEOs who are wanting to build their wealth. So if that's you, I'm going to put a link in the description below for you to get your ticket. Don't miss it. Now back to the episode.
In due time, we'll have a...
Sorry, I had to get the baby hooked up over here. So.
Are you getting hooked up?
No, him hooked up. He's nursing. Come on, there it is. Okay.
What do you think about me flying helicopters?
It scares the absolute crap out of me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, like, I get it now. I remember, like, way back when I was, like, considering going skydiving, which also scared the crap out of me. And my grandma at the time was like, are you kidding me? You just had a baby and you're going to go jump out of a perfectly good airplane? Like, are you out of your mind? So anyway, that, like, I get it now. I would say then I didn't really get it. Come on, get on there. Anyway.
But get me flying?
I'm so sorry, Brooks. I just wouldn't look this way. Hang on, let me get you here.
We got
He doesn't like this side. He likes the other side. This is the side that my injuries. So.
Gotcha. He's a noisy eater too.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, at night he just.
Okay, we'll let you finish this
Got the
episode by
mic.
yourself.
Yeah, cool. So we're doing that. Met about that, talked about that. Something that it's going to feed into like our nonprofit stuff. I don't know exactly how, but I'm going for it. Grandfather flew in Vietnam, so I grew up around helicopter stories and memorabilia, and you know, so this isn't totally left field for me. It's been in my life since I was born, you know. And then just now, I used to have his flight helmet, which I wish I still had. I don't know what he did with it. His Vietnam flight helmet, so cool. But none of the stuff fit me back then.
I'm working.
You back?
I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. This is. He's like an old grandma with no teeth.
Yeah, I'm picking it up over here. So, but that's going on. So pretty cool and really exciting. And yeah, I'll be piloting some helicopters soon. So
I guess we're just gonna have to do episodes like this with my back turned.
well, your whole boob is out on the YouTube show.
What?
Yeah, you're gonna have to blur that, Brooks.
Where?
I was filming you in the closet. I'm like, you want to blur that? And you're like,
Oh,
no.
this morning?
I'm like, what do you mean no?
Wait, you already posted it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. You're like, it's fine. I'm like,
No, it wasn't out. That part wasn't out. He was eating. I'm like, what do you think they're there for?
I'm not saying I don't like what they're there for.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general. Like it's.
You did say you. You said, what do you think they're there for?
Oh well, what I mean, yeah, whatever. But anyways,
we have to blur the boob.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Hashtag blur the boob.
Hashtag blur the boob.
But yeah, I think the helicopter thing is obviously super cool. You know, I just would kind of like to fast forward to the part where like you really know how to do it. And then I'm like not just, you know, like crossing my fingers and saying prayers while you're up there. So, but yeah, I definitely think you need to move it to Fridays, like we talked about, because Mondays is not a great day to do that.
We'll move it to Friday, but
yeah.
this first one will be on Monday.
Yes, and I will be here filming with the educator girls. So
maybe I'll fly over and hover above the house.
As long as you don't blow all of our furniture around, I'm fine.
I'm gonna do that.
Mess up our shoot. That'd be great.
100% gonna just like pull down like to the pool.
Oh my gosh, no! It ruin everything. Everyone will be like
"Get outta
freaking
here."
windblown.
The boys would be so excited. Huh?
Definitely should figure out a way to vlog a little bit of that helicopter.
Oh, I will for sure, as much as I can. Eventually, we'll be able to put cameras on the helicopter. You know what I mean, and get like flying and you know. All that we'll vlog the whole thing on a YouTube show as I'm learning how to have become a pilot, and then I'll just go to the resume. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh wow, what's that?
Every time I think like, okay, I can come back on the mic now. I'm like, no, I can't.
Right. So we got that going on. You wanted to mention something else, Rachel. What is it that you wanted to mention? We're going to discuss partners a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we want to talk a little bit about Partners Program, what it is, and before diving into it, you know, as you guys grow, or if you tap into something really great, people are going to copy you, and it's just going to happen. But they're going to copy what you're doing, and you should be 10, 20 steps ahead of the game, which we are, and that is just it's part of it. You know, it's getting ripped off is unfortunately. A lot of people don't have any original ideas, or they're not creative enough to come up with something, or smart enough to come up with something that's truly unique on their own. So they have to copy people, and it's going to happen to you. Don't sweat it, right? You just outperform, outserve other humans, and you're only competitive with yourself, right?
Yeah, totally. And I'm like super competitive with myself, like, you know, and I've had so many people just in the last few weeks, like even people who aren't clients of ours, just people I know in the industry, you know, are like, did you see this? Do you see they're copying what you're doing and they're ripping off what you guys are doing? One message in particular was like, you know, like about time they started doing this, or listened to what you guys told them to do, because, you guys changed the game for salon owners. The thing is like Drew said, people are going to copy you. And I mean, there's salon owners that we know that are constantly looking over the fence at like, well, this salon nearby is doing this, and this salon is copying me on that, and this stylist left and she opened her own salon and it's got the same color scheme as mine. So I'm like, stop. Like, it's going to happen. Like, people are going to rip you off. Like, and they're not even gonna rip you off. They're like using you as inspo for what they're doing. But like you said, like, you're so far ahead. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, we're years ahead at this point from thing I was brought to my attention the other day. And I don't go look for stuff ever, because if something's out there, guess what? Someone's likely going to bring it to my attention. And also, I don't have to point out that particular person is doing those things. Like, that conclusion was drawn from the audience on their own, and like when salons local to us, like, start doing something that we're doing. I mean, I actually think it's great. I'm like, that's awesome. Like, I want salons to be successful. I want all businesses to be successful. And there's plenty of clientele and people and stuff to go around. I mean, there really is. So I don't particularly care if someone is doing that. What I don't like is when someone is coming into my business to kind of secret shop and like see what we got going on. I don't like that, because I think that's just being kind of fake and dishonest, especially when they own a business nearby. But, but anywho, you're gonna have challenges, and you're gonna have people that are imitating you, and that's normal. I think if you have that, you are obviously doing something right, and
you have an element of success that they do not have.
Yeah, and gosh, like that, you should look at it as like, oh wow, like that's so flattering. You know what I mean? Like, not as like a negative. Like, I think maybe initially you could look at it as negative, but then it's like, you know what? Like, this person offering this thing, like, that's obviously I know what that's gonna do for their business if it's done right, and that's great. So anyway, I think you're going to have, like, we have imitation all over the place, that happens. But, I think if you're focused on like what other people are doing, and you're constantly comparing yourself to other people, and you're like looking at pages you don't follow and all this other crap, I'm like, just what a waste of energy, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't go look at what anybody's doing. I'm like focused on what we're doing.
Look forward.
Yeah. Forward and onward. Like,
and
never
like
behind.
all your conversations, all your thoughts, all of the things that you do, you want it to be forward thinking, doing things, investing in things that other people won't.
Anything that our eyes ever look at that's like in the rearview mirror, or like what so-and-so's doing, or what so-and-so's, whatever. It's like, it's always somebody that is bringing it to our attention. It's never us going to seek the information or go find it. Yeah. It's literally not on our radar at all.
Yeah. So one thing that we do a lot of is we have when you come in to build your brand, we build it internally. So we literally got to build, the whole brand up, your colors. And what's different about what Rachel and I are doing, and what people who are trying to copy us are doing, is our goal is to drive more profit for the salon owner. We're not a hair brand. We're not trying to get you to go shop our hair brand. Like, that's not our goal, right? Our goal is to make the salon owner more profitable, protect the inventory, and make it exclusive to the people that we're working with. We don't sell to the public. We don't sell to the customer. We don't go direct. We're a business to business operation. So whereas a hair extension company, if you will, they're trying to go business to business and business to client. So they're going direct to consumer, and they're going to want to sell wholesale. They're doing all the things. So they're kind of double dipping. Nothing wrong with it. Not knocking it. It's important for you to understand the market and what's going on. So when you launch your brand, we go through and we build it. We got to get your numbers right. We got to get your profits, your cost of goods, so that way when you're ordering a specific amount of grams, you are actually net profit, and we work all that out with you. And then once you launch internally and things are rolling and you're moving and you're building hair and you're building services and off of your brand, and you have an exclusive brand that literally no one else can get their hands on. If you're selling a big brand, anyone can get the hair. Like, they can just go to a website, put But he looks like an old man. Is he on cam? Put him up against the mic.
So cute.
Is he?
Welcome to Brand Talk.
Welcome,
with Rachel and Drew.
Memphis, sir. Memphis, what is how do you like Earth?
Oh, he doesn't like it.
No. Oh, that's a lot of lights.
That is a lot of lights. He's probably the most lights he's seen in his whole life.
Uh-huh.
Probably what it looked like coming down the birth canal.
Yeah. So, but it's important to know that. So when you guys launch brand and you get your stuff all dialed in with us, you'll be able to unlock and access what we call partners program. This is where we'll help you build out a Shopify store. You can hold inventory in your location. You can ship directly from the warehouse. So like our warehouse literally becomes your warehouse. You get a lot more close with Rachel and I, more proximity with us. A day in the, you'll be able to, we're about to unlock probably in the next couple months, we're going to be locking in and opening up where you get to have a shadow day where you spend the day with us and we kind of just work with you throughout the day. Partners is going to be really cool on the front of being able to sell your product also digitally. So you're going to launch internally. There's a lot to do to get it ready to launch internally. A lot of people want to launch externally, but you got to build it out internally first. We got to get the foundations, the pillars, the money, the cost of goods, your profit margins. That stuff's got to be working.
Well,
before you add in a bunch of you put gasoline on the fire and launch it externally with the digital asset.
Because what you don't want to do is like you launch your brand internally and then you have all these like people externally that want it and you're like so not set up for that, right? Like in the sense of like you don't have your shop set up, you don't have your education ready, you don't have like a place to like put all these leads that are coming your way. So like we've already built all that. Like it's a proven process and it just makes things so much easier to be able to do that. And that's also why you don't want like you say, like the cart coming before the horse. You want to make sure that you know your product really, really well. Like,
otherwise you can't scale it.
Well, and it's like, that's like you trying to like, it's like if you get a new retail brand in your salon and, you have a product knowledge class and they're using the product and you're using it on yourself and you're like getting, familiar with the ingredients and where does it come from and all of that, like your retail sales aren't just like bam right there out of the gate and like you're not super fluid in like how to talk about your product. And I always explain to people like it's like, I can look across the room and I can pick my kid out of a crowd. Like that's the same thing you want to be able to do with your brand. And, if everything's new to you, it's really difficult to be able to even know, your color names of your colors and links and things. So anyway, you want to make sure that like you're super, super, like you know it, you love it, you're using it, and the whole team's using it. You've got everyone rallied around you and like, now let's externally launch. That's a way better way to do it.
For sure. So that's what we do. Once you come in, that's the next steps. And without going into all the nitty-gritty details of what Partners is, but that Partners program, that's the goal. That's where we like to ascend.
It's so cool.
It's really cool.
It's super cool.
The more you look into like what we've built once you're in and like you look behind the curtain on how we're helping these brands explode, it's really innovative and exciting.
It makes me so happy because I know what Partners program is doing for these business owners. I know that it's finally like it's allowing them to. It's like you just like busted the whole door wide open on everything that they knew. It's like because
could be like
yes.
what could be.
Yes, like, and it's like, okay, cool. Like they, and I had the same thought, like when I went from assistant to hairstylist, and then I went from hairstylist to salon owner and hairstylist, right? And then educator. And it's like, you're stacking your income. And it's so important because when you can have multiple streams of income, that's when things really start to take off for you.
And when you have your own product. That is
product.
available exclusively internally and exclusively in a digital platform as well. And you're behind both of those machines and you know how to market and you've invested the time, energy, skills to be able to create media to where you can put it out there and get in front of people like this is doing now. Mm-hmm. Now you're playing the game of business, which most people won't do.
And it's it's honestly like so much more easy and simple than like the salon owner part of it. It's like, okay, cool. I'm a salon owner. Great. I got income coming in there. I have my hairstylist income. I got my educator income. I have my online course income. I have my brand income. I have like retail that we're, going to be launching in the fall. They have all of these different streams. And not only that, but then you learn how to go and multiply all of those streams, which also makes me even more excited.
Yeah.
You guys know I love.
This is where you find Rach. So once you come in and launch your brand and then you go into partners, you'll see us weekly. That's where we spend a lot of our time.
I talk to these girls daily.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Because we got to make sure we're working with people who are great, that want to really get after it, that want to go for it. We're not trying to launch and sell to everyone and all. We're really not, And
there's a lot of people that we talk to that like, they don't want to do all those things. That's fine. Yeah. Like they don't want to do education. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do all that. They don't want to have, 5 figures of income coming in a month. Like they don't want to do all that, which is totally fine. Like, but the ones that do, those are my girls. Those are the ones I work really closely with because I get, and they're equally as excited, and like obsessed with like what they're doing, which I love.
Yeah. You have to be obsessed with what you're doing. Like you only make more income on the back of acquiring more responsibility. So we're looking for those people, and not everyone is like that for sure. And even we have a discovery.
Weirdo. I mean, I'm glad we met because I was very exhausted by previous relationships I was in.
Yeah, we're both wired the same.
I think the question that I want to challenge our listeners with is like, if you want to do what we're talking about, not even like specifically what we're not, I'm not saying like join partners. I'm just saying if you want to build a big life and if you want to earn multiple streams of income that you can, we don't just sit on the income we have. We help people. That's what we do. Like to be able to say, you know what, forget my day. I'm going to cancel my day and I'm going to drive to Kerrville and I'm going to go help out people who need me. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. Like a lot of people maybe can't say like, I'm going to cancel my day, like it's, or to say, like Sam, like, oh, okay. Like he, unfortunately, like his car got broken into in Mexico and the brand new computers that he had bought for the orphanage were stolen. And we're like, oh, well, let's like, we have these 2 Macs that we're not using. Let's send it to him, to be able to do that and not feel a loss of income or a loss of time or a loss of momentum, and like to just genuinely want to help somebody. Or like Brooks over here is like, yeah, he moved into a new apartment, and I'm like, he's talking about like a sofa for his living room. And
that's a house.
Yeah, it's cute.
Brooks got a house.
It's a cottage. It's actually called the Cottages, but he needs a sofa. And
in case you're wanting to like stalk Brooks, Rachel just told you where he lives.
No, they rebranded. It's not called the Cottages anymore. It's the cottage word's in it. Anyway, so Brooks needs a lady. So he does. I'm gonna hook him up with one of the salon girls. Oh, yeah. So, anyways, so
sorry, Brooke.
What I'm saying is like, oh, hey, we have this sofa. Like, you should take it. Like with a stapler and some new fabric. Like, you could make it into whatever you want. Like, but like what I'm saying is, if you have other streams of income and like you start to view money as a tool, which we talk about a lot here. And then with that tool, you can help people and you can make a difference and you can offer it. You can, because we know that exchange, like we love that person, want to help that person. And sometimes we help people with our time, our funds, our resources, our, introducing them to somebody. Like there's a lot of different ways you can help somebody. And I just get really excited about helping people do that because like they want to do those things too.
And what better way to help a fellow salon owner to launch a product and a digital service that can triangulate everything that she's doing to reach other levels of success. So we're excited about it. We love how we've structured this. We've structured it really from our heart. Like really, instead of, because we could have built the hair brand and then marketed the hair brand and then talking nothing about and then like drilling, probably would have made more money quicker. Yeah. Honestly, doing it that way, probably made a lot of money, much faster, more customers. I would
have been so bored.
But it didn't move us, So helping other business owners achieve their goal for them and their families. We get to help. And with that, for us, is we get to deliver more value. And the funny thing is when you deliver more value for more humans, the byproduct of that is you become more successful. So it's kind of this closed loop of we get to do what we love to do. And when the better we do what we love to do, the more growth we see.
And no one told us that. No one said, oh, the more like value that you create, focus on creating value and you'll instantly become more successful. That seems very like, like just kind of up in the clouds, but like the more,
There's a book called The Go-Giver that.
Well, the more really that you do it though, and you start to see like, okay, I've been doing this. Okay, I trusted that idea and I'm doing that authentically. And yes, I am becoming more successful. Okay, cool. I'm going to go do that again. And like at first you might try to do it as like a strategy.
Yeah,
then you become but it's not a strategy. At first, I would say the first time you do it where you're like, okay, you're really thinking about those words and what that means. And okay, and if I do this, it's more like a strategic like play. And then it becomes something where you're like, that's just what you do. Like I'm just, what happened?
I'm going to duct tape that mic.
I'm sick of it. I'm just glad I don't have a freaking milk stain on my shirt. I don't know. But like then it becomes the way that you are. And so that's what I would say is like, we don't think about, oh, how can I be more valuable? It's just like we just, or if I do this, I'll be more successful. It's not like a if then this type of thing. It's I'm going to do this because this is how I am. And this is what feels aligned and right to me. And then what happens is like, after you do that enough, it becomes like very clear. It's like, well, this like, the thought process of being more valuable equals more success is like just something you live by. And then you don't focus on the success part or the money part. You just focus on being valuable.
Yeah.
So a question that I want to leave everybody with today is, and this is something that I actually scrolled way back in my notes that I was kind of pondering on several years ago, would you rather live in discomfort now? Oh, it's 333. Hey. Would you rather live in discomfort now or regret later? Would you rather live in discomfort now or regret later? And the reason that I have had that stick with me is because most people are unwilling to be slightly uncomfortable because as humans, we're meant to be comfortable. We want to be comfortable. If you're cold, you put a jacket on. If you're hot, you take your jacket off. If you're thirsty, you go get water. Like, we want to be comfortable and you want to stay out of harm's way. But, through discomfort comes all kinds of things. If you're, uncomfortable in the gym or, something feels different or, you're starting a new workout routine or health routine, like
always in harm's way.
Yeah.
When you're uncomfortable, like you get in harm's way to do that.
But in the sense of business and building through, having your business be just a vehicle to get you to your destination, right? Like that being uncomfortable, learning things that you don't know, hiring help to get you somewhere faster or outsourcing things or whatever, like you're going to make a sacrifice of some sort. And I think by being slightly uncomfortable and interacting with that very often, you create this new version of you where you're like not afraid to do that. And so many people are afraid of being uncomfortable, which is why so many people don't have successful businesses. They don't end up completing tasks. They don't end up having the life that they want. And then they get to the end of their life and they're like, well, shit, like I didn't do the things I wanted to do. I didn't pursue the dreams that I wanted to pursue. And I did not live the life I wanted to live. And I personally am not down to feel that way at the end of my life and have those regrets.
Be like a chick.
Yeah. Like I always want to make sure that I am like all in on whatever I'm doing, and I think that's it's kind of an odd way of being these days, but I would much rather like do everything that I've ever wanted to do and pursue everything I've ever wanted to pursue than be 85, 90 years old and can't get out of my rocker and shoulda, coulda, woulda, And I think we both know people in our lives that are in that position and they do have those regrets. So I think, if you have, I personally love learning from old people. I do like a lot of my,
like where to eat.
Maybe not where to eat.
Luby's.
Cracker Barrel.
Luann. Get that Luann platter.
Hey, I grew up on the Luann platter. Yep.
That okra is a bomb.
It was good.
You know, and if you're in the South, you know about that okra from Luby's.
I really do like
Comment below. Comment okra below.
Let's not make that be the call to action, please.
Do you want to build your own brand?
Free Luby's on us.
Yeah.
This episode brought to you by Luby's.
By the vegetable okra.
But I love talking to my grandpa because, you know, like Papa's got quite a bit to share, and you know, you can just learn a lot. When I was pregnant with Kinsey long ago, I actually did this like I was like 19, I think at the time. I did this like home health care policy thing because I needed a second job, and I started taking care of my great grandma every day, and I had to like clock my hours and like be her little nurse and stuff. And anyway, I learned a lot from her, and like just thinking about like what people think about when they're that old, you know, and like things that they wish they would have done, or, you know, realizations they had. And that's certainly things I think about now, you know, and what I would say contributes to why I want to just go for it. You know, I have a pair of Nikes that I designed for myself for my birthday one year, and on the tongue of the shoe, it just says "Go for it." And that's what I don't know if you ever noticed that on my shoe, but it says that. But especially I would say after like the floods and everything, I just think it really is it's a kind of a wake up call, I'd say, for a lot of people, like hug your kids tighter, live your life fuller, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And if you want to do something, you want to build something, you want to grow your business, like go for it, you know, stop putting it off.
Just
like,
do it.
Do it or don't, you know. It's
just do it.
Just kind of the way that I think about it.
So wait, you put "Go for it" on a Nike shoe?
Sure did.
Just do it?
No, I had my own.
Go for it?
Go for it.
Just do it?
No. Go for it. That's what I wanted.
You know, the person who made that shoe wasn't a person. It's probably
they're like,
computer.
she got it wrong.
They're like,
I think it's cool.
Not the same.
I think it's cool. All right. Well, we've got more things that we got to do today, but we can kind of wrap it up. But I'm glad we got to kind of do a little recap of what's going on and kind of have a little bit of more of a vulnerable episode with everybody. And then
we'll have check out the YouTube show. We're going to be I've actually been making content all day. We're going to wrap. We're going to shoot some more behind the scenes. What do you got going on the rest of the day?
We have we have 2 classes this weekend. We have a hair loss mastery class. We've got a weft class. No, not today.
What do you got going on the rest of the day?
I'm prepping for that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm going to go be a mom.
Okay.
And work out.
Cool.
So, and then Evan has football. And our dishwasher is being, yeah. Oh, good. I'm not late. Kinsey's going to be picked up at 4:30. And then our dishwasher is being fixed.
Okay, great.
It sounds like a great day to me.
So,
yeah.
Check out the YouTube show. Thanks for listening today. Thanks for spending some time with us. We do appreciate you. And we are watching, making sure we're making some good stuff that doesn't suck. So, thanks for tuning in.